Today I'm going to show you 3 super simple tricks that you can use in Photoshop to improve the quality of your vlog images. Let's start with whitening your whites. I want to show you how to take your image from this straight out of the camera to this that you can share on your blog. I took this image a couple years ago actually for a post about my favorite books from the year, and I just set these items down on a piece of white poster board so that there'd be a nice clean simple background. But a lot of times the problem when you're shooting on a plain white background is it doesn't come out white in the photos regardless of what camera you use. It's even worse I find when I use my phone. But it's a really simple fix in Photoshop. So if you just take your original image and go down here to the layers, we're going to add a levels layer. Now what you're looking for is this slider on the right. You're going to move it to line up with this spike here. Now for most of my white images, I find that just lining it up right with the far right edge of this peak is perfect, exactly what I need. With this image, I think I could actually push it a little farther and make it a little wider and brighter. So I'm going to put it right there. And that's it. Before, after. You can achieve this effect a couple different ways with exposure or brightness, but I really like using levels because it isolates the whites in the image and it's really easy to just line it up there. It's a simple one-click trick. My second trick for improving your blog images is sharpening. A lot of times we can lose some of the integrity of an image when we're uploading it onto the internet. So before I do that, I like to sharpen my images in Photoshop so they're nice and crisp. The way that I personally choose to sharpen is I make a new layer, go up to Filter, Sharpen, Unsharp Mask, and for the web, I use 320% mount, 0.2 pixels radius, and 0 on my levels. Hit OK. So it's a subtle change, but you can kind of see the crispness that it added to the text and around my Kindle. And then I save for web. I save my images as a JPEG, very high quality. And this is the sizing I use for my blog. My final tip is straightening and cropping. One thing that's really easy to do when you're using your phone to take your pictures is to get kind of this wonky sideways landscape line. This was an image I took on my phone last summer. The colors are great and it's a cute image of these little boys interacting, so I wanted to share it on my blog. There's 2 tricks that I use for straightening. One is simply rotating. You can watch these lines and wait till the line lines up with the landscape, just like that. Another way that I do it is by using the ruler tool. You can set a point and drag it so it lines up, and you can be really specific when you're using this tool. And then you go up to Image, Rotation, Arbitrary, and it automatically pulls in the angle of that line that you just set. And you hit OK, and it makes that line straight. So that is a really helpful tool when you have, I don't know, like a fence post or something that's a straight line that you want to line up. That ruler can get it perfectly straight. The downside is then you have to kind of crop this in to get rid of the backdrop, just like that. So those are my 3 simple tips for improving your blog photos. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear more throughout the year, make sure that you subscribe to my blog at missfreddy.com.